tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football. So are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Flacco on the give to Lindsey. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Flacco. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35. The 6th season in Denver now for Emmanuel Sanders after those 4 years in Pittsburgh. And you may recall Sanders tore his Achilles December 5th last year in practice. But before the injury, he was on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Would have been his 4th in his first 5 years in a Bronco uniform. And now at 32 years of age as he tries to return to full speed.
At the Packers' 34-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Flacco from the gun. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Check it back. Check 30.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. He'll be stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't free him. Only 2 there on the dump-off. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. But hold everything here. They might have hit the kicker. And if they did, that'll be a first down. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Passing play. Flacco. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Flacco. This is Riddick on the screen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Let's get it.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Flacco. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Theo Riddick, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point from McManus is good, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Check. Crunch. Crunch.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Hey, defense. Hey, defense, let's go. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety, go.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams.
Down goes Joe Flacco in the end zone. It's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Go, let's go.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Over. Hey, pick 26. 27 Mike, 27. Hey, box drop. Check Mike 47. Watch QB drop. 47's the Mike, boy, 47.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And that's how you want to start a sequence defensively. That's what we used to call, partner, hello, glad to meet you. Tagged him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You're over here. Hey.
Now Flacco. He's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Flacco. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Second-year punter Colby Wadman out there now for the Broncos. Trevor Davis, deep for Green Bay. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go right here now.
Now this time Rodgers will throw. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing. What you want? You ain't doing nothing.
Now Riddick. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
I'm going to hit you all.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Riddick with a carry. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
9 yards. First down, Denver.
To pass, Flacco. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Dean Lowry. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Second down.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Flacco looks to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of it. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Joe Flacco, as the first half is winding down, and the Broncos have retaken the lead. McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, now Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. Got a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Broncos' 36-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Both sevens and Mike. Both sevens and Mike. Here we go.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 14. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Packers have retaken the lead. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
They're going to run for it with Jones. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
The Broncos take over.
We play to win. Let's
at their
go.
own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing again on second down. Flacco. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Here's Flacco. And he's got Hireman. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Here's Reddit. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Flacco. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line.
First down, Broncos.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Reddick. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Packers' 31-yard line.
Mike. Ready. Oh, you got deep.
Throwing on 2nd down. Flacco. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, this is McCaffrey. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Green 18. Check.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a play fake here on first down. Floating one incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Two former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end Graham. Packer first down. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be third down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things. Down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Flacco. Looking deep downfield. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Flacco from the gun. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Theo Riddick, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he finds his running back open downfield. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 50 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Dean Lowry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called? And the pressure gets to him again.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here for Davis. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And that will come the offense as they take over. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Go, let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Passing play, Flacco. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here we go,
Flacco. His throw caught at about the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. The extra point here is good, but the late touchdown can only draw the score a bit closer as this game is over. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Well, partner, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended, down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal and go to overtime. Why not do it?
And this is where I think the analytics guys are going to continue to get more and more traction in the league. We've talked about different people now saying, I need a game management coach, someone in the booth to take the emotion out of it. Did they lose track of where they were on the clock, right? Did they lose track of where they were on the field? Was it makeable for their kicker? All those things come into play here. And it turns out they don't get it done.
So for Green Bay, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.